Over the past 4 weeks, we've been talking about relationships, or at least that's how it may have seemed. We've reflected on why certain moments affect us so deeply, why familiar feelings can return even when life looks completely different, how other people can quietly reveal parts of ourselves we hadn't noticed before, and what it means to slowly come home to yourself. Looking back now, I wonder if these conversations were never just about relationships at all. I wonder if they were really about learning to see yourself differently. Have you ever noticed that real change rarely announces itself? It doesn't usually arrive all at once. Most of the time, it happens so quietly that you don't recognize it until one ordinary day you respond in a way you never would have before. Someone says something that once would have stayed with you for hours. This time, you notice it and just let it go. A situation that would have left you questioning yourself no longer has the same hold on you. And it's not because you've stopped caring, because something inside you has become a little steadier. Those moments can seem almost too small to matter, yet they're often the moments that tell us we're changing. Not all healing is dramatic. Sometimes it's almost impossible to see while it's happening. It's more like watching the sunrise. The light arrives so gradually that you hardly notice the darkness disappearing. It could be that's how understanding ourselves begins. Not with one life-changing moment, but with many small ones that quietly point us in a different direction. As I've reflected on these past few weeks, I've found myself wondering what stayed with you. Not what you're remembering hearing, but what you've begun noticing inside yourself. You might have caught yourself asking a different question, or found a little more patience with a reaction that once frustrated you. Then again, maybe nothing feels different yet. That happens too, and it's okay. Sometimes the deepest changes begin beneath the surface, long before we recognize them. For a while, everything important is happening where no one can see it. Many of us have spent years believing every difficult emotion needs to be explained, corrected, or pushed aside. Without realizing it, we start treating ourselves like problems waiting to be solved. What if they never were? What if your emotions have never been asking you to judge them, only to notice them? There's a quiet difference between those two things. Judgment closes the conversation. Curiosity opens it. And sometimes one gentle question can change the way you understand yourself. Instead of asking, "Why do I react this way?" you begin asking, "What might this feeling be trying to show me?" That isn't a question you answer quickly. It's one you learn to live with. Because understanding yourself isn't about finding one perfect answer. It's becoming someone who's willing to listen. Not only to other people, but to yourself. For years, many of us have believed our reactions tell us who we are. If we're overwhelmed, we call ourselves too emotional. If we're hurt, we call ourselves too sensitive. Before long, we start believing our reactions define us. But what if a reaction is simply a moment, not an identity? A feeling can be real without becoming the whole story. It can ask for your attention without asking you to stay trapped inside it. That's one of the quiet shifts that happens when we start meeting ourselves with compassion. The emotions, they don't disappear. We just stop fighting with them quite so much. You may have noticed that some people in your life can awaken feelings you didn't expect. Someone's kindness stays with you for years. Someone's criticism lingers long after they've forgotten it. It's easy to believe those people created everything we feel. Sometimes they do. But sometimes they simply uncover something that was already waiting to be understood. That realization, it changed the way I look at other people. And it also changed the way I look at myself. Instead of asking whether someone else caused what I was feeling, I became more interested in understanding why that particular moment touched me so deeply. And not to blame myself, and not to excuse anyone else, just to understand myself a little better. I think that's one of our greatest gifts we can give ourselves, a willingness to understand before we judge. As we become less judgmental toward ourselves, we often become less judgmental toward everyone else too. We start remembering something easy to forget. Every person we meet is holding a story we can't fully see. A sharp word might be protecting an old wound. A quiet person might be holding something no one's ever asked them to share. We rarely know what someone else carries throughout an ordinary day. And maybe that includes you. You've been living a life no one else has fully seen, holding things no one else has to hold. That doesn't undo what's already happened, but it can change the way you see yourself today. Living with self-compassion, it isn't something you accomplish. It's something you keep choosing. Some days feel natural. Other days, it asks a little more of you. They can both be true. One day, you notice you're speaking to yourself differently. The voice that once rushed to criticize has grown quieter. There's more patience, more room to breathe. Ordinary life just keeps happening. There are still disappointments, losses, grief, and moments that catch you by surprise. What's changed is the way you meet them. You're no longer standing on one side while your emotions stand on the other. You're standing together. For many of us, the hardest person to understand has been the one looking back from the mirror. We've spent years trying to become stronger, less emotional, less effective, believing someone better was waiting somewhere ahead. Then something quietly shifts, and you realize the person you've been searching for has been with you all along, not hidden or lost, just waiting to be seen with kinder eyes. As we close these conversations, here's what I hope stays with you. There has never been anything wrong with you. Your reactions have always had a reason. Your body remembered what your mind couldn't yet explain. And it's not to hold you back, but because that's what it was made to do. It's been protecting you, getting your attention, and inviting you to notice something that needed your compassion. The more you learn to listen, the less scary your emotions become. They stop feeling like interruptions and start feeling like invitations. An invitation to pause, to understand, and to meet yourself with the same kindness you so freely give to everyone else. If these 4 weeks have offered you anything, I hope it's this: a gentler relationship with yourself, one with room for mistakes, room to grow, and simply be human. Thank you for spending this time with me these past 4 weeks. Before we go, I'd love to leave you with a gift. It's something I've written for you called "Why Do I React the Way I Do?" It builds on many of the ideas we've shared throughout this 5-week relationship series. If you'd like to read it, you'll find it on my website using the link below. I hope that it helps you understand yourself with a little more compassion. Your body has been speaking to you your whole life. It was never against you. It was always trying to help you come home to yourself. Your body already knows how to heal. It's just waiting for you to listen. I'm Jeanne Love-Spotts. Until next time, heal gently, one moment at a time.